And we're back. Peace and blessings to you. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 17th of August, and we're back in the shelter out back in the shop. And so what I'm doing today is I'm prepping the frames. So got this frame laid out. This is frame number 16, and we're getting ready to start making the frames. So to prepare them, there's some final cuts I have to make, and will be these here, these notches that will actually go around the keelson. So I have to make these final cuts, and of course I have to prep it by putting or wetting it out with epoxy. So just doing a couple of other things. When I cut them out, I left them long so that I didn't know how those edges would turn out, but they turned out pretty good. So see, this one has an extra 2 feet on it. So I've got to cut it. I'm not going to cut it now. I just didn't want to waste 2 feet of epoxy. So when I wet this out tonight, I'm just going to, stop at that line. And I'm double checking my angles. The angles are right on. This is supposed to be 151.5 degrees, and it's right on pretty good. These are the chine plates. They go on here. They're not as perfect as I want them to be, but they are darn sure good. So if you see, it's just a smidge off, but that really doesn't matter because, again, this is the plywood for the hull is going to go here, and it's still pretty much covering the surface area. It's a little bit overhang there, but that's fine. This all gets wet out, and I guess on the inside, might sand that a little bit. I really don't know. Depends on where this is. Again, this might be in the bilge, depending on where it is. So just fitting everything together. There's the bottom piece. Here's the top. This is the upper chine, lower chine. This goes up to the shear of the boat. So we're going to get ready and prep them for building. So it's been a little over a week since I did a video. I think I had the party last weekend for my daughter. It was perfect. I mean, had about 55 people come through to celebrate baby girl. It's really, really good. Super duper hot. I think the temperature for that day was 97 degrees. I got started pretty early. I got started cooking at 8 o'clock in the morning, and actually used the tent as a staging. Had the table over here with the food and cooler, and we're just barbecuing, have the food taken in the house. So we started around 8 o'clock. I par-baked the chicken, then got the grill started, and by the time the chicken had par-baked, I brought it out and put it on the grill, and I guess I was on the grill for about 4 hours. And the little thermostat over there read 116 degrees in here. So the chicken wasn't the only thing that was baked. I was baked pretty well, but it was perfect. It was really, really good. And so, getting ready to take her to school in a couple days and get back to boat building on weekends. So no video this upcoming week, because I will be dropping my daughter off at college, but getting a little work done during the week. Also, I went through my stack of what am I calling these things again? Gussets. And I just arranged them. They were all down here together, but they weren't arranged in any order. So I got them in order. They're already labeled, but now they're in order from lower numbers to higher numbers on up, so that when I go to do this during the weekend, or rather during the week, it's pretty easy. Just grab a stack and start to do what I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to use the new epoxy I bought from Duckworks. It's their DX brand epoxy. I'm going to use that to wet out everything, and then when I go to do my actual bonding, I'll use the West Systems. Just my method for now. The Dux has a really good price, or the Ductworks epoxy has a really good price point. It's like it's $50–$60 cheaper than the epoxy from West Systems, which is good because I'll need a lot of epoxy. So far, that 3.5 or 4.5 gallon that I bought from West Systems last year, I still have about 1.5 gallons left, so it's been holding up pretty well. So I think it'll last me until I get through building the frames. Then next year, when I go to wet out all the plywood, there'll be a huge purchase of epoxy. So that's it from a Wednesday night. Till next time, peace and blessings.